Hello, everybody. Back once again. God is still speaking through visions and dreams and the Bible. About 40 years ago, God began to speak to me through dreams and visions. And about 30 years ago, He told me to write a book and called it God Still Speak Through Visions and Dreams. So that's what I open my video up on. Open my videos up with. Okay, I'm going to talk to you today about superheroes. Superheroes are coming. Superhero. Now, some people call them the 144,000. I don't know. I can't say that's who it is or not. Some people call these super beings that are coming the two witnesses of Revelation. I don't know about that, but I know there are super beings that are coming, like Superman, Superwomen. Okay? I remember before I went into the hospital, March 2020, just before I went, I think in April 2020, God gave me a vision. Excuse me. Allergies. God gave me a vision of myself in the spiritual man. And what I saw was astonishing, would not fit the description. What I saw when I saw myself in the spirit man, my new man, my spiritual man, I was amazed at how handsome I was. Okay? I mean, there's no, all the superheroes that we have on our movie screen, there is no superhero that was as handsome as that. Okay? I can't think of any superhero that we have in our movies that's as handsome as what I saw. Yeah. I mean, I was like, I didn't have words. And not only was I very handsome, I mean very handsome, but I was very strong. I believe I'm going to be very smart too. Okay? But I was very strong. One day I asked God, I said, Lord, what was that? And I had this vision just before I went in the hospital. I really thought God was coming for me. Because I had a really vivid vision of me in the spiritual man. And I thought, man, this is time. And then I went in the hospital. And in there I thought I was going to die. A couple of times I thought I was going to die. A couple of times I wanted to die. A couple of times I prayed to die. But thank God he he kept reminding me of my wife, and for that reason I said, I wanted to stay, and I fought for my life. I didn't want to leave her here, But superheroes are coming. They are supermen, superwomen, and they're not like what they're not. They're better, greater, more beautiful than the ones you see on television. It's no comparison. It really isn't. It really isn't. There are characteristics. There are personalities that are in these superheroes that cannot be expressed in words. It cannot even be drawn on a paper. It cannot be, you cannot take a picture of it with a camera. It won't come on, it won't show up on the camera. You have to see this. Okay? I call them super saints. That's what I call them, super saints. They're coming. And they're going to be needed. Okay, they're going to be needed. Of course, the Lord Jesus Christ, He's going to head all of this. Okay? The teacher is never greater than the master. Okay? No doubt about it, Jesus Christ is the ultimate superhero. No doubt about that. All right? But we're going to need superheroes during this time. You're going to have aliens here. You're going to have hybrids here, crossbreeds. You're going to have androids. You're going to have giants. The Nephilim will be back. You're going to have, and just some very mean people. You're going to have people who that's going to be here that will not be saved, but yet they're going to still be here, but they're going to be doomed or damned. And the only thing that's going to keep them from going to hell at that moment is they do what's right. But they're destined for hell. And they're going to be very mean people here during the millennial reign. Now, the millennial reign is not far off. I know we feel like it is because the time that we're living in. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This thing going to change on a dime. It's just going to all of a sudden change. Just flop. It's just going to flip. All of a sudden, we're going to be just like we are right now. And all of a sudden, things are going to change. And we're going to find ourselves in the tribulation. The tribulation is going to come like a flood. It's going to last 3.5 years. That's the reason why Jesus Christ described it as like a flood as it was in the days of Noah. Okay? It's going to come like a flood, and over the 3.5 years, a lot of people are going to die. A lot of people are going to be killed. We're going to lose a lot of people over 3.5 years. It's going to come in like a flood. It's going to come suddenly. The Bible said that Luke 21:35, it says, "For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth." It's going to come suddenly. Okay? And we're going to be moving into the age of the supernatural. Okay, and a lot of people ain't going to know what's going on. Because right now they don't care. So when it changes, they're not going to know what's going on. We're going to begin to move into the age of the supernatural. Supernatural things going to be occurring as often and as frequent as a bird flying over your head. It ain't going to be nothing to see someone appearing or disappearing right in front of your eyes or flying over your head. It's just going to be a very common thing. Okay? The supernatural is going to merge with the natural. All right? The supernatural is going to merge with the natural. When Jesus Christ comes, the supernatural is going to merge with the natural. You're going to have superheroes on this planet. They're going to be very powerful, very gorgeous, men and women, very gorgeous, very handsome. And you're also going to have a lot of villains. Okay? And these villains and devils and aliens and hybrids and giants, they're going to come before Jesus Christ. They're going to get here before him. And this is one of the reasons why he's going to release men and women as superheroes or saviors, okay, as deliverers, okay? And we're going to get some scriptures on that in just a minute. All right? And man, I just can't get over how beautiful God is going to make some of us. I mean, I wish I could show you, get you some kind of picture or something. I think about this sometimes. But anyway, I asked God about that vision. I said, Lord, what was that? And he said, it's strength. Now I don't know if that's actually my new name, strength, or if that was just he was saying he was sending me strength. I accepted it as he was just sending me strength. Okay? Because shortly after I got sick and I needed some strength, man, I'm telling you. But okay, God is sending superheroes, and you are probably one of them. Okay? God is going to change you. We shall all be changed in a moment and in a twinkling of an eye. Changed, not caught up in a twinkling of an eye, but changed in a moment and a twinkling of an eye. And we're going to be passed from the corruptible life to the incorruptible life. We're going to become immortals, not mortal. We will no longer be mortals. We will become immortals. No longer be able to die. You will no longer be able to injure your body, get sores. All that stuff will be gone. You won't have any bad breath anymore. Okay, you won't have any waste, human waste in your belly. You won't have any of that stuff. Okay, because we will become immortals, incorruptible. Okay, but now listen. Superheroes are coming, y'all, and we're going to be able to do things like superheroes. Okay, we're going to be able to run fast, 60, 70, 80, 90 miles an hour, whatever God give you. You're going to be able to lift things very strong. You're going to be able to see very far, hear very far. You're going to be able to see through walls. You're going to be able to vanish, appear, disappear. And, another thing I've noticed during this time, we are going to confiscate properties. Okay? The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. Okay? All this wealth and stuff is laid up for the just, for the saints. James 5 tells us, James 5 and Revelation 18 lets us see judgment on the rich. James 5, book of James 5 and Revelation 18, judgment coming on the rich. But what's going to happen is the wealth is going to be turned over to God's people. In the book of Daniel, it says that the kingdom of the world will be turned over to the saints. Okay, the kingdoms of the world is going to be put in our hands. Eventually, it's going to be put in our hands. The meek shall inherit the earth. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. See, we're going to confiscate properties. This will be part of their punishment for not serving the Lord. We're going to just confiscate property. We're just going to take it. If we see a house, a building, we're just going to go get it and take it. That's what the Europeans did. When God gave them America, when God gave them Australia, when God gave them Canada, they just took it. Because God gave them this country. When God gives you something, it's yours. And you don't have to answer to anybody about it. As bad as we hate to admit it, that's what happened. God gave them people America. And that's the reason why nobody could withstand them. Mexico couldn't do anything with them. The American Indians couldn't do anything with them. The Chinese, and certainly not, there ain't no black race. Out of all the black people in the world, there was nothing we could do because God gave them this country. And in whatever part of this land they wanted, they took it. Okay? And they'll do it now. If you could be on a property right now, if they want to build a railroad track, a highway, anything, they'll find a way to get you off of it. Okay? And so when the table turned, when their time expired, their time is going to expire, then the kingdoms of this world, or the world governments, or the world system is going to be turned over to the saints, God's people. Okay? And we're just going to take whatever properties we want. That's where it's going to be. I remember this one particular vision, this one dream I had. I walked in this house. There were these three men sitting on the bed. And they were all looking, they were just looking so dumbfounded, like, it was like they had this look on their face. And Jesus Christ had just got there. He had just gotten here. And they had this look on their face like, I cannot believe that Jesus Christ is here. It was like they was sitting there, just sitting still on the bed, just like, it was like just stupefied. I can't believe Jesus really exists. He's really here. And it looked like, you know what came to me the impression I got that these were racists. And they found out Jesus Christ wasn't the white man they thought he was. They found out that they wasn't the master race or super race, or they wasn't the chosen race. They found out all this stuff, okay? And they were just shocked, disappointed, dumbfounded, and they just sitting there on the bed, didn't know. And I walked in that house, and I evicted him. I made him get out. Get out. This is my house now. I took the house. I threw him out in the street. And this is going to be the punishment of people who did not. This is going to be one of the punishments. This is one of the punishments. And a lot of them are going to have to go underground. Okay? You know, the Bible said the kings of the earth hid themselves in caves and under rocks, cried out to the rocks, hide us from him, from the Lamb that sits on the throne. Okay, they're going underground. They're going to create a society underground because they will not be able to stand the light.
Power off.
Okay? So yeah, we're going to confiscate properties, and the property is going to belong to us. We're going to do what we want to do. We're going to give it to people to people who have been cheated out of their property. We know now, man, the government and the banks, financial institutions, they cheat people out of their properties all the time. You call yourself buying a house now? You buy a house, the government owns that house. Okay? Because you got to pay the government. As long as you're in that house, you got to pay the government. Else they'll confiscate your house. They call it taxes. They call it personal property tax. Okay? Taking people homes, man. People will work 20, 30, 40 years to pay for a house. And the government will come in and take it because they owe what they call personal property tax. They got you paying on that house as long as you live. And that ain't right. Once you buy that house should be yours. You shouldn't have to pay anybody else to live in it. Okay? They tax you on the money you work for. Then when you go out to spend your money, they tax you again, called a sales tax. Then when you buy your car and pay the sales tax, the car or the house, then they tax you every month, personal property tax. Then if you want a boat or something, then they call a luxury tax. I mean, it just goes on and on. Actually, they run out of tax words, and they just call it a fee. A fee for this, a fee for that. What are you charging me this for? Oh, this is a fee. For what? It's just a fee for what I'm doing. It's crazy. So, but anyway, in the millennial reign, we're going to own the planet. We're going to own the world. Okay? And we're not going to do people like that. Okay? People are going to get whatever they need. Now, does that mean they're not going to have to work? They're going to have to work. Especially the mortals. The mortals are going to have to work. The immortals will not have to work. Okay? We will do everything we do, we will do it willingly. It's not going to have to do it. Okay. So yeah, we will confiscate properties. We will take properties, and I remember in one dream I saw myself and some other guys. The Lord told us to go to a certain building. It was a tall building, like probably about 10 floors, I guess. Brand new building. It was a health clinic building, something like that. But anyway. It must have got damaged during the tribulation or something, because they had a real big hole in the side of it. But anyway, the Lord told us to go there and wait. And we waited there in that building until we heard from him. And whatever he told us to do with that building, that's what we did. I don't know if we turned it into a recreation center or we turned it into a apartment or a church. I don't know what we turned it into. But the building, we took it. Okay? You will do the same thing. All right? If something God tell you to get or you want, you get it. You're going to get it. All right? So now listen, superheroes are coming. Superheroes are coming, y'all. Y'all ready? Are you ready for the millennial reign? Man. Boy, it's a joy and a happiness. Ain't no words in this world, this life can describe your freedom in the millennial reign with Jesus Christ. You know what I want to see? I want to see Jesus, when he see me walking toward him, I want to see him open his arms. And I want to see that big smile. I want him to just embrace me. You know? That's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I hope I live my life in a way where he will be pleased with me like that. I'm sure going to try. I don't want him to stand there with the book in his hand and go, and then look at me. Then go, and then do his mouth like this, and read some more, and then look at me again, and then kind of do like this. I don't want that. Even though he might let me in. Now, I'll take that though. I'll take that. But I want him to just open his arms, big smile. I can't smile with no teeth. I don't want to smile with no teeth. Big old smile, you know. All those white teeth, and embrace me, and just embrace me like, you know, there was nothing bad between us. Now, of course, that's the way you have to forgive in this life. Okay, that's the way you have to forgive, no matter what people do to you. But okay, let me go ahead and get to some scriptures here, y'all. God is going to use us as superheroes. I'm going to get you a scripture here. Okay. I'm going to go to, hold on. I'm going to go to Isaiah. I'm trying to shorten these videos. I don't like for them to be too long. Isaiah 32. Chapter 32, verse 1 and verse 2. Listen what this says. Listen to what this says. It says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness. Now we know who that is. A king shall reign. I don't know why they got this king in small letters. But you know what this could mean? This could also mean, because the Lord will be King of kings. Okay, he will be King of kings. And the kings that will be reigning with him or under him will also be reigning in righteousness. So this could mean, could be saying that, indicating that it's including them too. The reason why it's in small letters. It says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. Princes shall rule in judgment. Princes are people, men and women who are in second place under the king, and they can be people of wealth, people of power, just prominent people of prominence. But they are in second in place under the king. It says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. Listen to this second verse. And a man, okay, it's talking about a man, shall be as a hiding place from the wind. A man will be a protection or protector, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place. It says, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Okay? It said a man is going to be a protector. Okay? A man is going to be a rescuer. Okay? A man is going to cover those people that will run to these princes, or that man is going to find protection. Okay? And they're going to be covered from danger. All right? Now, when you go to the book of Obadiah, first chapter, only chapter, 20th verse, it's talking about it looks like it's talking about the tribulation period. Go to verse 20, it says, and the captivity of his hosts, the 20th verse, it says, and the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites. Remember I told you we're gonna confiscate properties. Okay? We're gonna take it. Shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. Okay, we're gonna take land. Okay, and we're gonna protect people at the same time. We're gonna take some of that land. We're gonna give it to the poor. We're gonna give it to people that the government been cheating them out of their properties for decades. Okay, but read the 21st verse here. And saviors shall come what I just read in Isaiah 32 and 1 is just describes saviors in Isaiah 32 and 1. Here in Job 1:20, Obadiah 1:21, it says, "And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's." The kingdom shall be the Lord's. In other words, the land is going to be given to us. Okay? The whole city. I wonder who's Edom or Esau. I think I know who Esau is. I might do a video on that one day. All right, but anyway, because you can see here that when Christ returns, He's gonna make us superheroes. We're gonna rescue people. We're gonna protect people. We're gonna take properties from the bad people. We're gonna take properties from the rich. Okay, and we're going to give these properties. We're gonna own these properties, or whatever we want to own, and we're gonna, because it's gonna be a lot of homeless people now. And it's not because they're lazy, all of them. Some of them, they've been taxed out of their home. Look how high the property is now. Okay? Look how high the property is now. I drive downtown now and I see homeless people everywhere. I see more homeless people now than ever. I see more tents, and you should probably see the same thing in your city. I see more tents now than I've ever seen. Because the banks, the financial institutions, the government, the rich are sucking up all the properties and the land. And they don't care if they put people out. Okay? Well, we was trying to purchase a home a few months back. Every time we go to purchase that home, some rich person would buy it. Just pay cash for it and buy it. So then we would have to go and look somewhere else. And this was happening almost all over the country. The person that bought the property wouldn't even come out and look at it. He would just look at it on the computer and just type in a few numbers, and wham, he got the property. And of course, what they're planning on doing is buying the property up, and 10 years from now, a 2-bedroom that's renting for $1,000 now will probably be renting for $3,000. Who can afford that? Most people can't afford that, but that's where they're going. That's where I believe they're going. But anyway, we are going to possess the land. Okay, we're going to possess the land. Okay, on the day when we move into Canaan land, when we go into as the children of Israel left Egypt and went through the desert and was headed to the promised land, we're going to be in our promised land. We're going to possess the land. Okay? I'm going to give you another scripture. Joel 3:11. Joel 3:11. Now, let's show you something here. Joel 3:11. This is when Christ returned, during the Battle of Armageddon. Joel 2 talks about the tribulation period. Okay, Joel 2. Okay, the book of Joel 2, chapter 2, talks about the tribulation period. But the third chapter talks about Christ's return during the Battle of Armageddon. And look here what it says. Here God is saying to his enemy, the writer is saying to God's enemy, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Fighter, cause thou mighty ones to come down, O Lord." This writer is telling God, cause your mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Who are the mighty ones? The mighty ones are his people. The mighty ones will be the saints that's going to come down and war with the men in Armageddon. Okay? And we're going to take the land. Okay? We're going to take the land. Now, that won't be a problem. Okay? Because with your new glorified body, you won't have no problem on no battlefield. All right? You won't have to worry about getting injured, getting hurt, or any of that. Okay? So we're going to take the land, y'all. And we're going to give it back to people who deserve it. People that have worked hard for years, and a lot of them still end up owning nothing. Okay? That's going to change. Okay? So get ready, get ready, get ready. Are you ready for the millennial reign? Okay? He's probably going to make you into a superhero. Okay? Going to be powerful. You're going to have these abilities. Now, another thing, too. If you look at the word God, in the beginning, God created the earth, heavens and the earth. This word God, okay, whenever you see that, not whenever, but a lot of times when you see that word God, just take that one there, for instance. In the beginning, God created the heaven. When you break that word down, that word is Elohim. That's a plural word. It's not a singular word. It's a plural word. That word, in that word, it is saying, in the beginning, the gods created the heavens and the earth. The gods and the goddesses. It is saying the angels created the heavens and the earth. It is also saying the super men, super women created the heavens and the earth. The super beings, like the superheroes. The word, you find the word superlative. Those are super beings. Okay? So the right way to read that would be, in the beginning, the superlatives, or the superheroes, and the angels and the gods and goddesses, and God created the heavens and the earth. Okay? So superheroes have always existed. Powerful super beings. Okay? Again, you be able to run very fast, jump very high, see very far. You have the pyrokinesis abilities, telekinesis, all of that stuff. Okay? Because you will be like him. Okay? We shall see him as he is. All right. God is still speaking through visions and dreams, but he's speaking through that Bible more. All right? No dream, no vision, no person, no prophet, no prophecy supersedes the written word in that book. All right? And I really enjoy when you guys write me and ask me questions. I really enjoy answering those questions. So would you do me that favor and share my videos? Share my videos. I appreciate it. All right, may God bless you all. May God keep you all. All right.